What's good, everybody? Welcome to the 9 a.m. live stream. Thank you to everyone who tunes in now, but also tunes in the future. I know most of the views actually come from people watching the videos like later, stuff like that. So I appreciate you for pulling up whenever you do. But it is Monday, another week of 9 a.m. live streams, another week, I'm sure, of you guys going to work and everything. You guys hopefully enjoying what you do, but for sure trying to make money. 'Cause I know at the end of this week, we all got to pay our bills and stuff. So I hope you guys are on the path to getting that done. I hope I'm on the path to getting that done. Shit. This morning, I actually have a couple different strains mixed together. I have some no cap mixed with some Tropicana cookies, um, and it has been faring me very well. Like I said, eventually I'm gonna start getting guests on the 9 a.m. But I have to start getting people who want to smoke and talk on camera at 9 a.m. So last night, y'all saw if y'all tuned in, I had a guest on last night. I'm gonna try. I have a few interviews backloaded that I still need to release, but I'm definitely just looking to link with more creators, more people in the cannabis space, see what's up with them, and make new connections. Michael, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. for sure. CST. It's indeed time. What's good, Richard? Emmanuel, what's good? I thought today the Kanye documentary came out, but it's actually Wednesday, so I was a little bit disappointed. But the Attack on Titan yesterday was kind of a filler episode, but still an important episode. I enjoyed watching it. I did completely forget about the All-Star game. So I don't know if y'all saw that. I saw some highlights of the fact that Steph was shooting all those threes and Braun hit the game winner. So that's about as much as I know about it. But what's good, Carrie? Welcome to the 9 a.m. live stream. I haven't hit a gravity bong. I've only hit one maybe like one time, but back in maybe high school days, I don't have. You hit it out of a plastic bottle, Michael. Please tell me you made it with glass. Sheesh. It is unbelievable that February is almost over. We have one more week left in February. We're about to transition into March. Somehow we're already this deep into 2022. Um, in this world that we live in now, it's almost like shit just keeps. I mean, it just really proves that shit just keeps moving on, regardless of what's happening. I'm not too sure what's happening in the grand scheme of things. I kind of stick in my little bubble, but the world keeps moving on, I guess. What's up, Calix? I got you, Michael. That should be sketchy to me, but I hear you. Clint, I hope you enjoy your strawberry cough. Before I know it, though, it will be warm here in Chicago, and it's going to be nice to have a few warm days out here. Get up in the 80s and shit like that. Be able to go outside, just chill outside and stuff for some nice Chicago weather. I am excited about that. It's been a minute since we just chilled outside. Good 3 months at this point. Yeah, about 3.5 months since it was outside was chill outsideable. And then I'm gonna start making some content, going outside and walking outside a lot more. I got you, Zachatron. It's been disappearing a lot too. Like Dolce Flower is definitely not as um like I said, I'm sure I could find the content. I didn't think it would stay around a lot because most of the Dolce Flower I tried, I did not trust, I didn't like. That's why y'all don't see me reviewing a lot of Dolce Flower and stuff like that, you know. That ass Emmanuel movie is gonna be so hot. Why is it so hot? What's good, Frederick? Because I do like the gold. Don't get me wrong; it's pretty nice. I got a little bit of a Carolina presence. I'm not even gonna lie. People be tuning in from the Carolinas. Y'all be showing up to the live streams. I appreciate it. Y'all must like weed out there, or Delta 8, whatever I be talking about. Because there's a good amount of people who tune into the live streams and tune into the content, just saying stuff in the comments from the Carolinas. I might have to, when y'all get some legalization, I might have to head down there. I really have been developing plans for something like that, though. As the channel grows, I don't think my channel is at the size yet, but like if I can find a couple hotspot cities where like you guys are located, and this would be small, but like 10 to 12 person smoke sessions. And I'll have some topics. And really, I'm a talker. So we just chop it up, smoke sessions, talk about whatever we want to talk about. I'd have some topics, but I'll leave it open to people. And it would be hosted somewhere in a city where, and like I said, this would be a smaller event. I'm sure it'd be for people who really wanted to go, but I would try to coordinate it, or I would not try to, like through the Discord, stuff like that. I would coordinate this in cities to where I have a following, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But if I could go somewhere and at least like 5 people show up, it could be worth it. You know what I'm saying? I like meeting new people. I like talking, chopping it up, shit like that. You know, that's what I do. So y'all watch out for that because I have definitely been brainstorming how to make that happen because I think that could be dope. And I would let people vote on which cities or whatever. And wherever I found at least like 10 people, I'm not even saying I need a concert hall full of people or something like that. I wouldn't even have a performance or nothing. I just get up there. What's up, y'all? Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It'd be better if it was like 10 to 12 people, a more smaller, intimate setting, something like that. But there's definitely plans to have something like that in the works. You know, more than likely it'll be a big city because that'll be the highest chance, and obviously it'll be weed legal city. So we're looking at Denver, Vegas, Phoenix, LA, possibly. But you know what I'm saying? Like those type of cities that have decent population, somewhere where I can go smoke and where I feel like at least 10 people will pull up. Because that's not a small feat. You'd be surprised. What's good, Blues? Yeah, Zach John, I saw that, but he in the union. That dude is unionized. That it's hard to get him out. I feel you, Frederick. Slow DK, I don't know if I said what's good, but what's good? Noah, I'm gonna try to make that happen. I got a lot of plans. Plans just take time to develop. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, I'll just keep making content. Yeah, Manuel. But him going to go talk to himself, fire concept. Fire concept. Like unbelievably fire concept. Like the writers were in their bag when they came up with that new LeBron commercial, no doubt. They were in their bag. I was very, very impressed actually. Good mid, Frederick, it's because the price point. So good mid sells for like right now, good mid. The people who want good mid probably want good wheat more than likely. It's more leaning towards that way. And the people who want mid simply don't care. So you could sell them anything like that. Just don't care what type of weed they're smoking type shit. And so that price point in there, it got squeezed out. What do you charge for good mid? 20 and eighth. So you go deliver somebody for $20? Nah, you gotta go give them like a bunch of bullshit, or you gotta get off that $40 to $50 eighth. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the diagnostic. Because most dealers I know, the last time I pulled up to somebody like a dealer's crib or something like that, like out here in Chicago, it's not like that at all. You meeting in public, or you meeting, or they're gonna drop it off. You know what I'm saying? So like going to a plug's crib or some shit. I mean, some people might. I'm new here, so the way I've gotten it is definitely in these ways. Um, but I just don't think it makes sense for people to sell that good mid. You know? Oh yeah, that commercial was legit for sure. Carry the 1906 drops. I liked the Genius ones. Those are the only ones I can vouch for. I haven't tried like the Love ones or anything like that, but the Genius ones are nice. Brittany, how you doing? Good morning. Welcome to the 9 a.m. live stream. This joint clip was damn near one of the best pickups I had in 2021. I was always like, why would I need that? Not that why would I need that? I got it, but at the same time, it needs to be like at least as long because they have ones even longer than this. But the ones that are too short, it's like I don't like it like that. I like the length. And one of these, dead ass, Michael. I got you, Carrie. Let me know how you like them. They're super cheap. It's a nice thing, like to try out. Like at the dispensary, that was a big reason why I got them. I was like, man, I'll put five extra dollars in the cart when I'm only about to pay 75. What's $5 and I'm already at 80, you know. That's what's up, Gary. I have to try the Bliss one sometime then. People definitely interested in them. It's getting that page or that post is getting a good amount of traffic on my website. CannabisLibraryUS.com if you guys are interested. It won't let me add one, like an extra one. I've been wanting to put the website right here. I literally have the thing made, but StreamYard has been bullshitting. But I forgot to add this stuff earlier in the video. Oh shit, Carrie, that's legit. You're like the first person to say that. My website is definitely it's newer. I've only started posting really in the last like 3 months, and it takes 3 months for Google to like even read what you're doing. like SEO wise and stuff. So I've been trying to blog a lot. I've been trying to figure out that blog world some, see if it's worth it for me. Writing a lot. But I've been enjoying it. I like the writing process actually a lot. Zacatron, they'll arrest people. I'm telling you. Quick. Out in Texas. Like when I lived down there, we were getting arrested. Let me tell you. Like I know a lot of people who have gotten arrested. I mean, I'm black, you know. Black people just get arrested. Unfortunately. The unfortunate truth of this country, we just go to jail. And whether we stay or not and get back out, like a good percentage of my friends, college educated or not, have gone to jail. And just because of that type of shit, you know. Yeah, Zacatron. The shitty part is going to jail is like people don't want to say it because people want to be like tough, I guess, or whatever. I have no idea, but that hoe is traumatic. That hoe is a traumatic experience. I don't care what anybody says. Their at least first time going to jail was a traumatic experience, and every other time after that is probably a traumatic experience as well. And so, even if you get released and they just drop all the charges and shit, you still just went through a traumatic experience for nothing. You know, just because you looked like you did where you were. So that's the shitty part that I feel like gets overlooked. So people are like, oh, those charges get dropped. Yeah, but they might have got the shit beat out of them, or they might, you know, like we're just looking over a whole 2 day ordeal that person had to go through just because they look like that. Oh, Michael, every blog has a video as well. So if I have a topic, like let's say, for example, on this Monday, I'll talk about the topic and then I'll write about it too afterwards. Today, like not so much. Like this wouldn't go on the web. Shit, this wouldn't go on the website. I think Cottonmouth just struck me. But this one, so, but if I had a topic, then it would, or the different blog posts. I don't know. I'm trying to get in the practice of writing a lot more too. So. Yeah, I feel you, Frederick. That's how it be. Yeah, exactly. When I went to the drug classes and shit like that, almost everybody in there was for weed. If there were 20 people in the class, there were about, but let's say if there were 20 people in the class, 17 were in there for weed. Which is like, come on, bro. And the stories people told were sick. Feel me? I stopped a foot in front of the stop sign. Now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their separate sick ass story. That's just like, oh my God. Me included. I'm sitting in that hell. This is what my lawyer told me I need to do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that shit is ass. That shit is ass. Oh my goodness. People take a lot longer to get a system than I do too. I'm not gonna lie. I just slaved for 4 months afterwards. Worked as hard as I could, ran my bread up like crazy, dropped a bag on the lawyer, and then he let it go. I just played in the system and I learned it. I know the day that I learned that it was a game. The day I learned it was a game was I was sitting in my lawyer's office and I looked over at my lawyer And I was like, damn, this happens a lot, huh? And he looked over at me and he said, I currently have 21 identical cases to yours pending. 21? So you don't even want weed to become legal. And he's the one with the money. So there's 21. Let me tell you guys. Rough estimate of what you have to pay to that dude for him to get your case dropped. Let's say it's around 10 grand. He has 21 easy 10 grand cases. And we're not counting the gun cases. We're not counting murder cases. We're not counting any cases that cost like 20 to 50K to beat. We're talking about just easy 10 grand cases for him. He files a couple paperwork. You might sit a little bit. More than likely you won't if you just do his process. But this man told me he had 21 people going through the same thing. So it's like tomorrow somebody else is going to walk in with the exact same case. And he's going to be like, all right, give me $10,000 and this will go away. I was like, this place is insane, bro. He's in it. He's in on it with the judge. And I would say the last thing I'll tell you, I don't know how I got on this. The last thing I will tell you, I don't believe in coincidences. I paid off my lawyer's complete fee. I had 2 years to pay it off. I paid it off in 4 months. The day after I paid it off, the case was dismissed. I always wonder, like, if I hadn't paid it off that day, would that case still be pending? Like, what type of games are these niggas playing with me? You know, like the lawyers know the cops are like, what cop got you? Oh, they did. Oh, ha, that person got what? Is this a game? That shit's sick. This place be sick. But here in Chicago, you blend in. These streets are dense and weed's legal, so it's nice. And I don't be whipping. That whip got me in more trouble in my life than anything else has ever gotten me in my entire life. There's literally been nothing that's been more detrimental to my bread than my car or the car that I used to have. Oh my goodness. You still can't imagine what the dispensary is like? It's not that impressive. Out here, it's not that impressive. Some place you go to Vegas, they got those grand ones. You go to Denver, you see all the shit on the shelf. So it all depends on where you go. But like you go to Florida, I don't think so. Here, Vegas is kind of impressive. Cali, you're gonna be able to see everything. Oregon, Washington, there's only a few, but there's only some states where you're just gonna be able to like bust everything open, just like look at it. Oklahoma, but Oklahoma's kind of a game, a little bit, a game of medical or not medical. Flowers should smoke like it smells. I could see that. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Alabama changing though. Alabama's at least it's progressing towards being legal, and everywhere will be legal soon. And we keep saying that, but it's actually happening. I know we've been saying that for the past probably 40 years, but it's actually happening right now. Like most of America is becoming legal, and then they're going to peel some of the laws back, and then they're going to make a lot of money imprisoning people. Oops, we made another mistake. And then they're going to go forward after people are like, wait a second, they got us again. And then we're going to go forward again. And then, so we just have to hope that during this like peel back stage, after some of these states become legalized, that they just don't round up too many people. That's really like how it's gone in most states. I believe it, Noah. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. The medical card is good for the prices. It's decent. I haven't got a medical card, and you can grow. That's a nice thing, obviously. If you want to do home grow, having the medical card is the clutchest thing for that. I mean, they be, if you notice, if you look at the trend of all states, they let a market go because they don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And then what they do is to like cut out some of the businesses, essentially, like California did. They're gonna roll back. Oregon did it. Like Oregon had Washington State did it. They had so many dispensaries, but then they're like, oh damn, it's too much weed out here, and then they like make it more concise. They add extra tax or they add like an extra layer to the business that will make it to where only the most sustainable and richest could survive. And so that cuts off like a percentage of businesses naturally, or they get rid of events. They find ways to toy with like delivery systems and stuff. Like little things like that can impact like large percentages of the business. Like if Illinois had delivery, it'd be a completely different situation. They actually could live with these few dispensaries if they had a good delivery service that was just like supplying. But when you go there and you have to wait in line and all, like, it doesn't make sense all the time. But that's just what I meant by rollback. Like they, a lot of times they take a couple steps forward, but then they'll get scared and be like, I don't know, this is a little bit too much weed, and then they'll cut it back a little bit. Maybe it hasn't, Brittany, but it took a long time. Like I talked to Miggy on cannabis legalization news. He said Washington State had 8 years. He had 8 years. They had 8 years of like a free reign market. Look at Oklahoma right now. Oklahoma's had like 3 years, and they just came out and said the voters didn't know what they were voting for when they legalized weed the way they did. Like, what does that mean? And so now they're trying to roll back Oklahoma and be like, all right, let's take away some of these businesses and like leave it to the people who pay us the most. Like these are the games that they're going to play. And so I don't know how long Maine has been legal, but a lot of time it takes a lot of time because it takes time for major players to start boxing out smaller players in the way that like capitalism works. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But like that's how capitalism works. That's why in most of your things that you consume on a daily like basis, there's only a few players in that. Weed hasn't developed into that type of market. But like computers, there's only a couple. Phones, there's only a couple. Um, Music streaming services, there's only a couple. Like video streaming services, grand scheme of things, there's only a couple. And even on the higher level, those are owned by some of the same people. Like there's not that much variety in our lives because, like in capitalism, the biggest people are just going to be able to, all your healthcare products are like made by a couple people. And so, like, weed is going to develop into that if it follows the same trend as American capitalism. And the way that that is developed is by paying politicians to be on your side. I mean, yeah, America is built on monopolies. That's how it works. America be trying to monopolize the world. It's a business. But with that being said, like that's why MSOs exist. That's why there's like multi-state like weed companies. What I'm saying, that are going to be monopolizing multiple states. They're going to pay for this state to become legal, and then in that turn, they're going to get a license to be able to. In the raffle, they're going to get a license, and then they're going to be able to get a license in this state and that state and that state. But we'll see. We really will see, because the way that the different states are manipulating the weed game, it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do at the federal level. But I'll be willing to bet it follows like normal American capitalism. I would be, I'm sorry, that's not even funny, but I would be willing to bet that it follows the trend that 500 years of American capitalism has developed. You know, I feel you, Brittany, and that's also a lot to do with population control and stuff like that too in different places. Because like there are some small states that do not have to deal with some of the same issues that a state like Texas, California, New York, like these huge states, even Illinois, have to deal with. And so there's just a lot that goes into this stuff. But it's just interesting to see how governments decide to dictate like how it's always into how like how much weed they allow people to have. I don't know. I just sit there and I'm like, so they decided that 4 ounces is safe. 4 ounces a gram, criminal. 4 ounces safe. It's always been interesting to me, you know? I don't know. Like you're dangerous at 4 ounces with the gram, but at 4 ounces, that you're a completely safe medical patient who needs this on their deathbed. But if you add a gram to that, you're a criminal. Okay. And I just try to like take that in and just be like, that is what it is, you know? That's what's up, Brittany. Man, sounds like a pretty open place. It's kind of how Oklahoma is. Yeah, Brittany. Like if it's like y'all almost like a niche state, so y'all get to be like outliers and exceptions and stuff like that to some stuff. But in Arkansas, wide open too. I've driven through Arkansas multiple times, and it's so wide open. These policies that I'm talking about are really going to dictate like these big cities, and y'all can see the proof in it right now if y'all want to look at it. And how Florida controls it, how Illinois controls it, how Oklahoma, who's super open, is trying to start controlling it. Arkansas really controls it too. Like it's open to everybody to like have it for themselves, but there's 8 growers in the entire state. Like that's kind of weird. 8 people, you know, that's not an open market to me. I don't know, bro. I don't have the answers at all. I hope y'all didn't come here for those. But what I can tell you is highlight some of the interesting things, some of the things I find interesting about the cannabis market, at least. You know, some of the things that kind of red flags to me, if you will. But I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. Hopefully, this weed market gets better. Hopefully, by talking about it, having these conversations, you guys chime me in. I appreciate it. This is always fun. I will be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. I plan on coming out with a review today. I don't yet know, but I'll be filming that sometime this afternoon. I got to run and eat and do some other things first, but hopefully today's a good day. Hopefully you guys have a great day or make it a great day, and it'll be dope. I will see you guys later. Appreciate you.